Christmas morning in Harris County, Texas, a place meant for peace, prayer, and community, suddenly turns into a scene of chaos. Officers are dispatched to Trinity Lutheran Church after reports of a trespasser screaming obscenities on the church steps. What started as a request for food quickly spirals into threats, fear, and a confrontation that lands this defendant in court. But here's where it gets complicated. Mental health concerns, bail decisions, and a judge trying to balance public safety with treatment options. Did this man need punishment or intervention? And how does a case go from a Christmas Eve release to a Christmas morning arrest? Stay with us, because this courtroom exchange takes a sharp turn you won't see coming.
All right, let's roll, nerds.
On December 25th, officers were dispatched to a trespasser call at Trinity Lutheran Church in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, officers observed the defendant sitting on the steps of the church, screaming obscenities and causing a disturbance. Complaining witness, a security guard employed by the church, advised officers that the defendant came to the church asking for food, and the complaining witness informed the defendant they were not giving out food that day and directed him to 2 nearby locations instead. Defendant became belligerent. Complainant stated the defendant threatened him, stating, "I see you don't have a gun, so if we fight, I'm going to kill you." As the defendant was threatening complaining witness, defendant was moving towards him in a fighting stance, causing complainant to feel fear of imminent danger. Complainant stated he told defendant 3 times to leave the location, but defendant refused.
What would you like to do, Shreya?
Well, Judge, my understanding from speaking with Mr. Powell right now is that he's okay keeping the bail as is. And so he's waiting a bail hearing. Is that right, Mr. Powell? I just want to make sure.
That's wrong.
Do you want to go back to the Ed Emmett place?
Yes, sir.
You want to try to see?
Medication. So I give my medication.
You-
Because
it doesn't matter. I just want to know if you want to do that.
yes, sir.
We can try to make it work.
Yes, sir.
Is that
Okay.
something you can do?
So a couple things. To do that, we would have to go through Brad Morse for the mental health, see if Brad even wants to offer that. Then I'd have to get a PR bond with the condition that he gets released there again.
Sure.
And so
Do you know how long that program is, Shreya?
So, Judge, it actually could be 10 minutes or it could be 2 weeks. It just depends on the nature of how long they decide to keep him there. It looks like this time they kept him from the 18th until Christmas. I believe he was released on the Christmas Eve. And then this case occurred Christmas morning at about 7 or 8 a.m.
Okay.
This is a critical turning point. Instead of immediately doubling down on punishment, the judge pivots toward a mental health solution. That's significant. In many jurisdictions, when a defendant's behavior appears erratic or potentially linked to untreated conditions, the court can explore alternatives like a PR bond tied to mandatory treatment. Notice the procedural steps mentioned: approval from a mental health coordinator, verification of program availability, and conditions attached to release. That's not leniency, that's structured supervision. But timing here matters. The defendant was reportedly released on Christmas Eve, only for this incident to occur Christmas morning. That raises serious questions about continuity of care. Was the prior intervention too short? Was there adequate follow-up? When the prosecutor mentions the possibility of something more intensive and longer lasting, that suggests the court is recognizing a pattern, not just a one-off outburst. And then, just as the judge attempts to help, the defendant lashes out with profanity and bizarre statements. That moment dramatically shifts the emotional temperature of the room. It reinforces why structured oversight might be necessary. So here's the question for you. Should courts prioritize treatment even when the defendant shows hostility in court? Or does that behavior undermine the opportunity for alternative release? Let me know what you think.
So let's see if we can try to make it work. I need a little bit of time.
You know what? The devil created me, and I know that devil.
I don't believe that for a second.
Trespassing my creation, my creator's creation. So fuck you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Powell.
Try to see if we can make it work.
Yes.
Okay. Reach out to Brad. And I think we may need something even more intensive, longer lasting. So
Yes,
reach out
I
to
agree.
Brad, see if there's something more intensive and longer lasting. And then I guess today's Monday, you want to set it for maybe Thursday?
Yes. Is that the second judge?
Yeah. You
Yes.
okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll reach out to him right now and I'll get on it.
And then I'll find PC on both of you.
Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you, Judge.
This case highlights the delicate balance courts must strike between accountability and rehabilitation. On one hand, we have a trespassing allegation involving threats that made a security guard fear imminent harm. On the other, we see clear indicators of mental health instability influencing behavior. The judge's approach, exploring a PR bond conditioned on treatment, reflects a broader trend in the justice system toward problem-solving courts and intervention-based solutions. However, successful diversion requires structure, compliance, and stability. The fact that the defendant was recently released before reoffending underscores the importance of sustained treatment, not short-term fixes. The court's decision to pause and reassess before finalizing conditions shows procedural caution rather than impulsive judgment. Ultimately, this wasn't just about trespassing. It was about whether the system could intervene effectively before things escalate further. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.